MK from Candy Claus, and they just played at the Empty Bottle here in Chicago. And first of all, let me say it was a great set. Nice seeing you guys again. Now you guys have a new record coming out. Actually, I've got a copy, Hidden Lands, right there. What went into making Hidden Lands, and how is it different from other things that you've done, and how is it, what was the process like for you?
Do you want to say it? Say the answer.
It started with a book that I found in a library or a bookstore in Fort Collins, and it was just like my favorite color of green cover, and had gold writing on it, and then we opened it up and it had all these cool illustrations of trees and stuff, and they're oh, what did we want to make a forest album?
We were thinking of making a forest album next, after the ocean.
We know where we're going.
And we found a book about the forest, so it worked.
Talk about keyboards.
And we started this 2 winters ago because I have a couple months off in the winter because I work outdoors. I take care of the hiking trails around town. So in the winters there's nothing to do, so that's when most of it was written, was 2 winters ago. And we wrote it on keyboards this time because we were out of ideas on guitar. We thought of all the cool chords that we could have already.
And Ryan wrote mostly the keyboard parts of all of them. But we don't know how to play the keyboard, so it's sort of just figuring out what sounded cool. So that was a challenge.
Yeah. It was nice because you have to put each finger on each note to build up a chord, and I think we discovered some cool things that way. But if we had been trained on keyboards, our hands would have known where to go, and it would have been, I don't know what it would have been.
It would have been different.
It would have been less of an adventure.
Yes, less of an adventure. So we wrote on keyboards and did a lot of leads that double the vocal line. Big thing with this record is once all the instrumental parts were written, we went back and sampled each song into every other song. So it makes it really cohesive, and it's a fun game to listen to each song and see if you can hear the different samples from all the other songs in there.
I think the first album was about the ocean, and the ocean really amazed us, just as something to learn about.
Yeah, but now we know all about it and it's boring.
No, but the forest, we grew up in Colorado, and there's just in the foothills there's pines everywhere, and it's something that really close to us. We really just going hiking and being amazed about everything around us. We never really get to see the ocean. We just get to learn about the wonder of it. And I mean, nobody gets to see the bottom of the ocean. So it's something that was like a mystery to us. And then I think with the next album, it's sort of just the wonder of it. You can actually see things and learn about them more than the bottom of the ocean.
Cool.
Yeah, and the new album has a lot to do with not just the science of the forest, but also the evolution of how things came to be. So it has a lot to do with the deep time, how life appeared on Earth. And the first song on there is super slow and boring, just to emphasize the billions of years before humans were around. You can really feel it dragging, and I think that's important because it's hard to fathom the number 4 billion, but hopefully this first track will feel like 4 billion years because you'll be ready to hit next. But it's a great song. I think the end of that song is one of my favorite moments on the album. So.
All right. So you guys have you've been out on tour for a while now, I suppose.
Since July 1st.
Yeah, so half a month, yeah. And you got a little bit more to go. What have been some of the more interesting things that have happened to you on tour? Obviously, we've all heard about your incident with the car catching fire and burning down.
The what?
The whatever happened, I don't know, something. It was on the internet, I don't know. But what's been the best part of tour for you guys so far?
The best part?
Yeah.
It's all been terrible.
Oh really?
No, just kidding.
I think my favorite part, I mean, just like meeting all these great people that'll just like put us up for a night, like, or like we have relatives around, and like just meeting bandmates, like friends and relatives, they're just so nice to us. Like cooking us like giant breakfasts in the morning for free.
Somehow we lucked out, and we had a lot of relatives and friends along the way who are very good cooks. So lots of great dinners and breakfasts.
Yeah, they're just so nice. Like we have 8 people in our band, and they're like, "Oh, stay around."
Yeah.
What was it like going from, because originally wasn't it mostly just the two of you doing sort of Candy Claus? What was it like going from 2 people to 8 people?
It was very natural because we've been in lots of bands with with the 8 of us for a long time. So, and we all have different musical projects. So whenever someone like has a show to play, we'll play with them. So it was sort of a natural thing to just get all 8 of us on the stage together again. Because we did it a lot before.
Our first band had like 17 people on it.
17? Oh man, how could you fit on stage? It just happened.
I mean, we were all very little. Like, I was in junior high.
But yeah, like we just have a lot of parts in the new songs, so it was really bad because then we had to take 8 people out on the road. No, it's been great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, for the sake of my arm and time and all that good stuff, we're going to end it there. Thanks again. And be sure to pick up Hidden Lands. Let's see if we can get it here. There we go. Hidden Lands. Out August 3rd. Am I right? Yeah? There we go.